based on your evaluations, you'll determine if you want to interview with any of the firms. Then, once you make your final selection after your interviews, then you negotiate a price with the company.
This is from her.
It's from you.
Yeah, for you don't. Alright, so they have 7 copies. Six actually. 7.
Just so that way you guys can see this, would you like to make copies of this right now so we can do it?
Please.
Oh, but I've got one.
Oh, she's got
Okay,
one.
yeah.
Because it says what.
You got one, Becky, you said?
No, you're gonna have to work out, aren't you?
And bubble wrap, just in case this paper might break. Okay. There's 6 from it.
Ron said basically what you want to do now is you just take my advisement. Yes, and she said, the committee should be a 3 or 5 person committee. We want an odd number, for that. And, I have the evaluation forms with me that I can give everyone. You don't have to evaluate these together as a committee, you can do it on your own. You'll have your own copies of each one of these and your own evaluation forms.
So as long as there aren't 2 more
Thanks.
I think we ought to just, us 3, and I'd like to see Doug and Terry River on there. Go 5, my opinion. You and Terry can do that. You guys both, I can with your input on this.
Actually,
Motion made to, board members plus Terry River and Doug Benjamin. Second of that,
I'll second it.
I make that unanimous.
What does that say?
River.
Ray, Road, R-O-O.
Okay, this then, and I'll just leave all these clips so you guys can have them, but this is the evaluation form. So each one of you will take one of these evaluation forms, fill it out with all the information that you'll get from here, and then give it a rating. I think.
Now, is Rhonda gonna be with us involved in any of this?
Oh, yeah, it's
She's
Rhonda.
ain't gonna turn us
Not
loose.
me. Well, as far as with the evaluation, if you've got any questions, she said call her. We can't steer you one way or another, anything like that. But if you've got questions as far as the rating system and anything on the RFP, give Rhonda a call and she'll go over it with you. But there's also a thing in here on reference check, and then what you'll do is you'll give a total. You'll score them out, and then you'll put the firm's name up here, designate which reviewer you are, total it up, and then actually she said, and I'm gonna do this on this one, you get an average score. This is what Michelle told me before I left. Get an average score, and then with that average score, determine who you want to interview. And then you'll just let Rhonda know who you want to interview, and she will send the memos out to the companies, and basically they give it, you know, the date and times that you guys want to do the interview. There's a certain amount of time allotted for them to give their presentation, and then a certain amount of time that you have for question and answers. I think it's typically about 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, something like that. And you are bound by that time frame. So whenever their 10 minutes is up, if they're not done, they stop. So that way it's fair for everybody.
Are we required to have an executive meeting in order to conduct these interviews if we've got all three members?
If you're all
on
three on
board?
there, you're either gonna have to have a special or an executive, and I'm not sure it qualifies for executive, I'll have to review. I don't know what it does.
I don't think so.
But the other thing, I mean, with there only being 4, they could just interview all 4.
Yes,
That's
she said
kind
you
of what I
could
was
do,
thinking.
you could do
Especially
it
if you're
however.
limited. Are you thinking 20 minutes total, or 20 minutes they get to talk and like 15 minutes for questions?
It could be that. And I think that
15.
I think it's
Really think it's like
contingent on what you guys want.
For an executive meeting, we just ask them questions. I don't see any need for that at all.
But they are bound, and Rhonda will spell that out in the memo to them. You'll have X amount of time to give your presentation, and there'll be X amount of time for question and answers.
Speed dating.
It is, and she'll sit back there and she'll watch the clock, and when the time's up,
She
it's
said,
done.
When do we want to set this meeting then?
Uh,
Date for that?
I think that we need to stay on top of this. And Keith would be the only one that would potentially have any time restraints.
What's the best
Do
time?
we have to do all meetings at one time, or can we
Midnight.
stretch them out?
Midnight, okay?
Typically, I think what I've seen them do, they do it all in one time, yeah.
But we need to go through all
You
that
still
before we
need-
set a meeting, don't we?
Yeah, I think even though you decide that you're gonna interview all 4 of them, I think you still have to go through this process.
Yeah,
I think,
as a committee,
yeah.
we go through this, evaluate them, and
And you can
then
do it individually. You guys don't have to meet to
to do our
do the
score.
evaluation. Yeah.
And
You'll meet to do the interviews.
You probably
I-
shouldn't talk about your
No,
story.
I mean, that's what's even better is everybody be scoring one roll and not have any input from anybody else. See how it averages out.
so I guess we can't set a meeting until we complete that, John.
Okay.
And you guys can just talk with Rhonda. I'll leave the evaluation forms here too. And then this is the interview. Let's see, it's got interview, evaluation, and scoring, or whenever you decide to do that. There's
Okay.
all those documents there too. Make sure I told you everything she told me to tell you.
So Keith, are you making a motion to appoint the 3 board members plus Karen?
Yes, and he
He
seconded
did,
it.
okay.
And John, we voted yeah.
And you two will let me know when you have had time to review it.
Well, we will talk before then, because you will have done your homework. You will have done yours, and then Tedro will have done yours, and we can get those all back together and bring them to you. And then at that point, we'll set up
Okay.
the next step. I think would probably be the most logical way to go.
What, shoot for, 2 weeks to go through, would that be?
You know, I think out of courtesy with the holiday weekend and